MalibuWine.com. That's MalibuWine.com or 818-865-0605. It's the PM Show Weekend Edition, CRN Digital Talk Radio. Once again, the star of our show, Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thank you, Michael Horn. This is great coffee, by the way.
You like this?
Yeah, Courtney Cadera, our producer.
We actually elevated her to producer from the stewardess category. She was stewardess, and she now still continues, though, to make some coffee for us.
Well, she's done
excellent.
She always does a fantastic job.
She's great, and she looks pretty good, too. You never see her when she brings the coffee down the aisle?
It's one of the perks.
Yeah. So to speak, thank you.
Yeah. Get it?
One of the perks.
See?
I like it.
We tie it all.
You are sharp.
We tie it all.
The only one problem with you?
What's that?
You need to get back into center. You need to pull yourself back into center.
Back into center?
Into center. You're moving towards...
Is it a football term?
You're moving towards right field a lot. You're always in...
That's
you're
a
always
baseball.
You're
mixing sports now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pull myself back to center.
To center field because you keep playing right next to the right fielder.
No, I'm beyond the right fielder, buddy.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah. I'm in the clubhouse already.
Thank you. Okay, good. You're on the bullpen. That's
I'm
good.
in that. I'm right behind Lasorda at the buffet.
Okay, good. Good. All right, back to the show. You got some. This is David Gregory on Meet the Press here.
Here we go.
Apparently had Colin Powell. Is that the deal?
Here he is. Colin Powell, that wonderful conservative. He puts an R by his name. It's not for Rusty. It's for Republican. And he calls himself a conservative. No, it's not Rusty. And so he had this long interview. We pulled off about 4 little bites that are really nice. But here is David Gregory challenging Powell. On what basis are you still a Republican? ? Do you feel like this Republican Party has left you, or have you left it?
To mix informed policy with some politics, I'm struck when you talk about Republicans as they. I know you insist, despite voting for President Obama twice now, that you're still a Republican. But as I go through your record on some social issues and even foreign policy issues, I challenge you a little bit to say, on what basis are you still a Republican? Do you feel like this Republican Party has left you, or have you left it?
I think the Republican Party right now is having an identity problem, and I'm still a Republican. I'm a Republican who grew up along with George Bush, 41. I grew up with Ronald Reagan, Cap Weinberger, Frank Carlucci, that Republican Party, the Republican Party of Dick Lugar and John Tower. But in recent years, there's been a significant shift to the right, and we have seen what that shift has produced, 2 losing presidential campaigns.
Oh, wait a second.
How about that?
Shifted to the right. He says he's the party of Ronald Reagan, and he says the party is shifted to the right. Reagan was so much righter than this party is, and by the way, I say right because he was right, and he was correct as well as being right.
Dick Lugar,
this guy,
George
give me
Bush,
a break.
These guys were left of center. That's the reason you lost all these elections, you jackass.
But he threw Reagan's name in there just to confuse everybody.
Of course, I know. That's the propaganda that we're dealing with here. We've got Republicans. Remember what we talked about a long time ago. We talked about this last summer. That the Republican Party are struggling deeply to keep conservatives out. The Tea Party movement out. They want to go left of center. They want to do what Karl Rove has done, and that is establish left of center politics. That means go away from Reaganism, go away from the Constitution, which means left of center spending. They want to spend because they want to attract minorities. How about that? And this is one of the biggest minorities you could ever well imagine, and he's going to let you know about it a little bit later on. But what's interesting is, have you left the party, or has the party left you? Let me tell you something. The Republican Party left the American people. They left it the day Reagan walked out of office. They left it to George Herbert Walker Bush, who's a left of center liberal. He's a liberal. The Republican Party is a liberal organization. This guy's a liberal, and how he sits there and tells David Gregory, who knows very good and well that the Republican Party has gone left of center and has failed at doing that. They would love it if they continue to go more left of center. So they use it as a code word to say the reason you've lost elections is because you've gone too far right. So when somebody steps up, they're braced for when someone steps up and takes the party literally to the right of center to the Constitution, that guy will be Adolf Hitler. And they've already set up to brand whoever it is that's going to come in and go right of center. Colin Powell is a left of center a Republican, and those people are liberal. Don't mistake that.
Hey, they branded Romney, and he was a center candidate.
Romney was a sap.
Yeah,
he was a sap.
They branded him as Mr. Moneybags rich guy.
Yeah.
You know, oh boy.
Romney's a sap as
think for yourself
all the
here.
left of centers, and you got to be able to think for yourself and stop thinking politically, because it's killing people. It's killing this country. We're going to come back more with our right of center, Colin Powell.
On the PM Show Weekend Edition from CRN Digital Talk Radio, the great Fred Dreyer in command here, Kev, piloting the flight for you. Email Fred at incoming@crni.net.